agus Gun Makarem yn eich gael sy'n hyd chwrs. Tam eisiau ydol yr un di ffeth gyn i hyn yn hag yn nhw. Rik Makarem. Through no, Rik, come on. Grab yourself a seat on the slightly battered sofa. Very well, you.
Very well.
Thank you very much for coming along. Now, most people will probably recognise you at the moment from Emmerdale.
Yes.
What's Emmerdale like to be part of?
Awesome. It's very family orientated. I mean, you're there 24/7 pretty much. They work you hard.
Yeah. Is it a close-knit cast and crew? Because so many people have watched it for so long.
Well, do you know, I mean, you can actually go quite a long time without seeing some of the other cast members because if you're in different story threads, yeah, you're pretty much whoever you're working with in the story, they're your team.
Tell me a bit about your character. What sort of a fellow is he?
Well, I enjoyed very much playing Nick Hill in the show because he was a bit of an oddball, really. Had quite a sort of strong exterior, but underneath there was a very soft centre, and he had sort of unique idiosyncrasies that sort of came out. Very neurotic, very random. What do you think? Yeah, very random. Yeah, yeah. You like that? Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, which was good, and it developed over time. And one of the great things about the character was he didn't just stay in one place. He developed throughout the 4 years, and that was, yeah, a real privilege to play that. Yeah.
You've left now, but did you develop throughout the 4 years? Because it's such an intensive experience. It must have changed the way you work or the way you look at it, maybe.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I learned so much from doing it, and you're also learning from some fantastic actors in the show, you know, that do phenomenal stuff, and they're turning it around so quickly. So you're learning at speed. Yeah, I mean, you learn how to be better, faster, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you've done a really bum take, but technically it's fine, they're like, yeah, moving on. You're like, no, just one more take. So, I was renowned for maybe messing up a little bit in the takes if I wasn't happy, just so we'd guarantee a second go.
Is it in any way like theatre in that respect then? Because if you do, I suppose if you do film and there's a big budget, you can do things maybe a few times. But in theatre, you only get one go at it.
I mean, with theatre, you get the chance to refine the product. You know, you get to rehearse it and really explore it and play. And
if you've got a long run, you're doing it, the same scenes again and again.
Yeah, and I found that with most of my theatrical experience, that you just sort of explore different things and try and keep it fresh, which is a wonderful challenge, but at the same time very rewarding. But in Emmerdale, it's quite unique, really. You sort of have to know exactly what you're doing before you go into it. And if you've got a good relationship with your co-actors, you can sort of anticipate which way they're going to go, and normally that's when the product is very good. Normally the storylines are really good, you know.
Which do you prefer in terms of, say, TV or theatre?
I'm enjoying doing stage work again very much. And that was part of the reason for leaving the show, was to try and just remember why I got into acting in the first place. You know, you're always confined to your character, and you have to live with your character. And to be honest, my character had more of a life than I did, to be honest, when we were filming, which is one of the cons of working in
I suppose
TV.
the character has the backstory, but you don't have time to get the backstory.
Well,
you're
no,
working.
you barely have time to get your tea.
You trained in Scotland, didn't you?
Yes.
How did you end up making that choice then?
Yeah, it was interesting, because I mean, I did audition for... I was very blessed to get opportunities to train in London as well, in some great places, but there was just something about the heart of Glasgow. I trained at the RSAMD, as it was then, now the RCS. Glasgow and Scotland as a whole, I felt very much at home. And there's just something about the passion of the place and its people. And it was a perfect match, I felt, and I got lots out of the experience.
Have you had much chance to work up here since you trained here?
Not as much as I would have liked. And I always did say I'd marry a Scots lady and maybe move up here. So, ladies...
there may be some writing letters as we speak.
Hopefully.
You never know. How does it compare then to life in London? Because I think you've been based in London a lot of the time since you left Emmerdale.
I mean, London is, I think, one on its own. It's a very fast city. People... I mean, the people are great down there. They're just usually so busy that they don't have time to I don't know, they're maybe just so tired. I think that's what it is. They're just from slogging it out, trying to make their dreams happen. And but I enjoy it very much, and the theatre down there is fantastic. And yeah, but it's definitely one on its own. Would
you want to base yourself down there? Because there's a lot of work there compared to other parts of the country, surely, for actors.
I don't know about that now, because I think work is quite set quite broad. I mean, I think you can travel anywhere with your work, and I don't know. I wouldn't like to ever say I definitely want to do something other than marry my Scottish lady. So, yeah.
But she'd have to be willing to move to Derbyshire, maybe, would she?
Maybe, yeah. The Peaks are a pretty good rival to some of the Scottish scenery, actually.
Do you get home there very often?
Yeah, I spend a lot of time with my family. I'm very close to my parents and my sister. I've got 3 older sisters, you see. So, and the Peak District is just, you know, it is like the Scottish countryside. It's just so refreshing.
Rik, thank you very much. Lovely to speak to you. Good luck with the search for the Scottish woman. You never know, she might be here. Yeah. Stay where you are. We'll be back in just a second. Rik Makarem. Dig er I bek yn taik fo Rik as yn ierse. Ha Rik da gyn se 3 rwten gein me yen heen. Chanjelach inanjuf geta feed. Ko ferach ge ha feed van 3 gynses Rik gein. So Rik, tell them the 3 interesting things that we have about you.
Okay. When I was 6, I was obviously very young. I put my dog, my precious dog, in the tumble dryer. And you can imagine what happened. And yeah, so that was 6, but that's a 6-year-old, right? Also, in my teens, I was part of the British ukulele band for 3 years. Awesome. I think that is pretty awesome. And I also won a bronze medal at the British Taekwondo Championships when I was 14.
Should you know ha? 3 running in geholten de ferach fi in hus en tumble dryer. Call an ukulele vrichting no taekwondo. A hun no ga no 3 taiatin. Smeunja gemenishin. I guess she can name security. Gemma tweedition I guess nach hi hein go bean gitara. Erashenist go a skippien. I guess miscolishin vo Gemma hook Rik Makarem show 3 running gave it. Rwyd y gen efo ffid mae yen hyn. Ach ia efo ciar. Agus fach gyda tyri yn yw defyd efo ciarst. Rik, before I ask them to hold up their cards, remind them again of their choices.
All right. When I was 6, I put my dog in the tumble dryer. But I did love my dog very much. I was part of the British ukulele band for 3 years. And I also won a bronze medal at the British National Taekwondo Championships when I was 14.
Sian rhaid i hagw maha. Hun no ga no 3. A gw ukulele band no taekwondo. Siwt, gyda'r sŵs ar Carsten. John Turk. A ga y 3. Put them out of misery. Which one was...
Well, first of all, I'm so pleased that you believed in my musical talent. No, I really am, but it wasn't that. I did win a bronze medal in the National Taekwondo Championships.
Shoot.
Yep.
Bashu Kjarst. I'm
Potential Olympian, right?
I have to say, I'm very glad it was not the dog on the tumble dryer.
Yeah, there's a story about that, actually, but no, I didn't do that.
And do you still do taekwondo?
Not as much as I should do. I can still, every now and again, get into the splits and kind of, you know, just for fun.
Tell them no more, they'll want to see. Rik, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, you can take a seat
Go
in the back again and
Thank
get
you for
your
having
drink
me.
and see how you get on with the quiz.
Had a great night.
Thanks, Rik.